guys, it's Chica from StringBuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being a music journalism site, links are in the description down below, and we have a brand new song review for you today, and it's the latest track by Marian, and that's Down, so I'm going to refer to the original article as I usually do for these videos, so I hope you enjoy. So going into this track, I can't say I know all too much about the duo known as Marian. I don't even know whether I'm pronouncing it right. I know the album which this track was on came out a fair bit ago now, but I never really got around to it, so shall we see what I thought of this track at least, since it's just had a music video come out. There are plenty of great elements here, and I think the overall track is definitely worth a listen, even to casual consumers like myself, but I did find it dragged a lot towards the end and was way too over-reliant on just two ideas rather than fleshing each idea out or creating yet another idea. We had a verse routine and a chorus routine, both of which were sampled more than actually flowing, which meant we didn't really get too much in the way of content here. What we are given, though, is catchy, it's different to your average pop track, and showcase some very individualized specialities which that duo definitely do offer in spades. Production-wise, the song is fairly decent, I will say that, but it lacks any brutality. Now that might seem like a strange statement slash sentiment, but especially for a gentle and subtle track like this, the song was just so gentle and so subdued throughout the entire way through its runtime that it just lacked that cutting edge or big climax just to make the development all worth its while. The piano sounds fairly cute and dainty, with a rather simplistic and soft tone, but I do naturally prefer the naturally percussive tone of a piano much more, and I think that would have added much more into this track, especially towards the end as well. I don't know whether that's down to the dynamics of the piano or whether they just wanted to keep it sampled and safe, but yeah, I think they could have done more with it. As for the electronic elements, they sounded great and reminded me a lot of some earlier Luna George material, meaning that it's both recognizable as well as being soothing with like a slightly quirky edge, but again for me they never really built to anything and remained at the same intensity throughout. Vocally the song is pretty strong though and never sounded too tampered with, but the manipulated chorus is a little bit too cliche and again safe for me. Musicality wise, I thought the song had a fun, if a little bit short, repeating sequence on the piano, bolstered by a great vocal performance and further enhanced in the chorus by some interesting electronic timbres and tones. I like the melodies, I thought the song was fairly catchy throughout, and it certainly radiated this very sophisticated vibe which is almost jazz-like at parts. But the song form is so simplistic and basic that we only really got a verse and a chorus, and that's just not enough for me. After the second chorus was done, the song could have just stopped there, and it honestly wouldn't have meant anything different, and it wouldn't have halted, since the final minute of the track is just the content we've heard before, just repeated in a slightly different manner. I'm going to sound like I'm flogging a dead horse in a minute, but the lack of variation, decoration, dynamic invention, and transitional flair really meant that the track plodded along, repeating itself more than what was really necessary. I mean, sure, it could have been worse, and there were plenty of things and nuances in here which I did find very interesting and catchy, but it just wasn't enough for me. Lyrically, the song is actually pretty strong, and although the subject matter didn't really grab me in like I wanted it to, I felt like the track was sincere and the dramatization of each lyric was very professional actually, so all in all a decent track that might feel a little polarizing for a first time listener, but you're either going to enjoy the stripped back linear approach or you're going to find it quite boring, and I was sort of teeter-tottering on both sides really. So I gave it a G rating of 6 out of 10, which is just above average, so if you like this video then please leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye.